Hi guys, this is Snodasman and the author of the game Galimulator that you see in front of you on the screen right now. And it's available on Steam now, so just go there and buy it and help me raise enough money to buy my own private tropical island. Every single $1,000 helps. So what I wanted to show you guys now is just a couple of features that I developed for the new version. So let me first show you guys a new type of galaxy called layered rings. This was proposed on the Discord chat by I think some guy. It's actually a really clever idea. So it's just a set of rings, or hollow disk as I like to call them, layered on top of each other. And it's actually a rather interesting topology because you have these almost one-dimensional fights going on in each ring, and then they transition down into each other through these star lanes here. So it depends on how many lanes can you connect each ring. So in this case, the outer ring is connected just by a single lane to this inner ring, which in turn is connected by two different lanes into this one, which in turn is connected by a single lane into the center ring, where the identity of Ilala has already established itself well. And actually there's an interesting almost straight lane from the inner to the outer ring here. I don't like that actually, so maybe we'll change it. So let me just remove this one, and we'll move it here instead, just to create a slightly less symmetrical experience for our galactic friends. And I don't need this one either. I'll just build it here maybe. There we go. Okay, so this is all well and good. But what I wanted to show you guys also was another suggestion that came up from the chat from a user called Gdansk, another extremely loyal user, which was, well, if you look at the stars and how they're connected right now, they're using something which is close to what is called a minimal spanning tree, which basically tries to build the star lanes in such a way that you need as few of them, or as small of them as, let's say, as possible to connect all of the stars. So it's sort of very economical in terms of building star lanes. But the problem is then you get a certain type of galaxy which has a lot of sort of built-in bottlenecks. So accessing this star here is difficult because you have to go around, etc., 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 which is interesting. But there's a different configuration that's possible, of course, which is simply to connect all of the stars which are sufficiently close to each other, plus some additional ones, and to make the tree complete. So I added an option in the sandbox mode, which is just converts the galaxy into this sort of webbed star lane, as we've dubbed it. So if I click here, it creates thousands of connections between the stars. So now every neighboring star is connected to the other, so there's no bottlenecks anymore. Well, there are still bottlenecks, but amongst the dense sections there are no, let's say, semi-artificial bottlenecks anymore. Everything is connected. So this actually makes for a somewhat, let's say, more organic or smoother experience for the empires to expand in. And I wanted to show you guys how this works in time-lapse. Now, time-lapse is very slow when you're recording, unfortunately, but you should try this on by yourself, maybe when the release comes out. One thing I wanted to emphasize as well is now, if we look at the wealth mode here, an interesting effect is that most ships, or many ships, will tend to go into the center here, and it will tend to be the richest one. The outer ring will be the poorest one, etc., etc. So that's also an interesting aspect to this. The empire controlling the center, in this case the foundation of Biazi, is going to have a very good time. And they also control now almost all of the second ring. So once I hit time-lapse here, I'm guessing that they will expand swiftly, and they will have a bonus in combat, they will have a bonus in research. I don't see exactly how the others will recover. I'll show you some different maps later. I think I'll turn off the microphone now, so just see what happens here. And in case you didn't know, you can tap the number keys on your keyboard to enter time-lapse mode. You can also do it. I'm just trying to understand what happened there. Was that a cult? Or is it an all will be ashes? I don't know. You can also long press this button to reach the time-lapse mode. Yeah, so as I predicted, the Baezy Foundation had a good time there. Now things are a bit too peaceful. And 90% of the galaxy is involved in a single alliance. I didn't choose a very exciting galaxy this time. Let me try again. Let me try to set it up on Earth, actually. These things are usually a lot more interesting. Actually, let me show you what happens if you switch these guys to all will be ashes. They will sort of go on a... okay, choose a bad timing for it. Because those guys, all of their stars were already developed, so they just blew up. Okay, let's go with these guys then. When all the stars are connected, all will be ashes tends to be a bit more powerful because there's always somebody to attack. Otherwise, they tend sometimes to be they get locked into some bottleneck and then just die. Okay, I didn't get a good example of it there. So let's see what this webbed star lanes look like on an Earth map. Okay, you don't see the star lanes by default here, but if we enable them, you can see now that you still have similar kind of bottlenecks where, this is pretty much where I live. It's not connected at all here, so I need to travel through Denmark, through Oslo, to reach this place, which is pretty close to where I went skiing actually, and it would have sucked to travel through Denmark. So let me see instead if we do make these webbed star lanes. Now there's a direct route, perfect for me. And if we speed this up a little bit, we see that expansion of these empires is now slightly more, it's a bit more natural. The wars, they look a bit, maybe a bit more logical, I don't know. I don't know if it's better or worse, it's just a matter of taste, I think, what you prefer. Anyway, these features will be coming up. Now there's a meteor storm hitting the Americas. Tough luck, guys. So these features will be coming up in the next update along with the religions. And you can see religions up here, for instance. So these are icons, each representing the state religion of this empire. And this update, yeah, I think now that the Steam release is mostly out or entirely out, I think I can start to focus again on this update. There's still a couple of religion slots that you can buy. So if you go to itch.io, you can pay an additional, I think, $15 right now to get the honor of naming a religion and defining some flavor text for it, and maybe some mechanisms if they're easy enough to implement and if I like them enough. So once I have all those in place, I think the release will be out. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll have a beta out maybe in a month or so. That might make sense. And then the release will probably take another couple of weeks. And as usually, it will be available on PC, Android. Hopefully, I'll do this one on iOS as well. And of course, both on Steam and itch.io. Those will both be updated. Okay, just wanted to show you guys a couple of new features. Thanks so very much, everyone, for the support with the Steam release. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for everyone who helped out in every way you could by doing giveaways or by participating in the forums, reporting issues, etc. And thanks for encouraging me to actually submit this thing to Steam. I would never have done it unless there was a lot of push from the community, and it seems to have been a wise choice. It's selling pretty well. So thanks everyone. If you want, keep promoting the game. I don't know, like the video, subscribe maybe. Otherwise, just play the game and have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.